Welcome back to MVP Auto 8000. We're taking a deep dive into a machine that blends history, heritage, and modern engineering into something truly special. This is my full feature on the 2026 Yamaha XT500, a motorcycle that doesn't just carry a legendary name, it attempts to reinvent it for a new generation of riders. If you know anything about off-road legends, you know the original XT500 changed the world. It was simple, rugged, and absolutely unstoppable. So the big question is, can Yamaha really bring that spirit into 2026 without losing what made the original so iconic? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore today. Right away, the 2026 XT500 gives off a familiar vibe. At first glance, you can tell Yamaha designers studied the old lines and silhouette. The long tank, the scrambler stance, the upright posture, everything hints at the original. But look closer and you start to see that this isn't some retro-styled throwback. This is a thoroughly modern dual sport dressed in classic DNA. The LED round headlamp, the lightweight chassis, the digital analog hybrid dash, and the updated ergonomics all push this bike into the future while nodding respectfully at the past. One of the biggest questions people ask is simple: what engine does the new XT500 use, and does it stay true to the single-cylinder spirit? Yamaha clearly knew the heritage mattered, because they kept the thumper personality alive. The 2026 model features a refined 499cc single-cylinder engineered to deliver strong low-end torque, a smooth mid-range, and a surprisingly responsive top end for a bike that still prioritizes reliability over raw horsepower. Yamaha balanced old-school toughness with new-school efficiency, giving us a power plant that feels alive, not over-engineered but definitely in line with modern expectations. When you twist the throttle, the engine delivers that characteristic thump that XT fans love, but without the harsh vibrations that older riders remember from the classic models. Yamaha used modern balancing shafts, engine mounts, and cooling improvements to create a smoother ride without removing the personality. You still feel like you're riding a mechanical machine with real soul, something many modern bikes have lost, but it never becomes tiring, even on long trips or rough terrain. As for power numbers, Yamaha hasn't aimed for sky-high output, and honestly, that's the right call. The XT500 was never about being the fastest bike. It was about being the most dependable companion on any adventure, big or small. The 2026 version keeps that philosophy alive. On pavement, it has enough punch to cruise comfortably, overtake with confidence, and stay stable at higher speeds. Off-road, the torque comes in early and predictably, letting you climb, crawl, and navigate tough trails without constantly working the clutch. It's exactly the kind of engine that rewards patience, technique, and smart riding rather than brute force. The chassis deserves a lot of attention because it's where Yamaha did some of its most impressive work. The frame is a lightweight steel design that mirrors the old bike's simplicity but uses modern materials for improved strength and reduced weight. The suspension is where the biggest leap forward happens. Yamaha equipped the 2026 XT500 with adjustable long-travel suspension on both ends. This gives riders the flexibility to set the bike up for daily commuting, weekend off-roading, or long-distance adventure travel. Whether you're riding through the city, carving mountain roads, or navigating loose gravel and sand, the bike feels planted, predictable, and forgiving. And let's talk about the riding position. It's classic dual sport, upright, commanding, and extremely comfortable. The seat height is accessible for most riders, and the narrow shape makes it even easier to manage, especially for people coming from smaller bikes. Yamaha carefully balanced comfort and off-road function. The seat is supportive enough for longer rides but not bulky enough to interfere with body movement during trail riding. The handlebars are wide and give excellent leverage, making slow speed control surprisingly easy for a bike of this class. Braking performance has also been modernized. You get strong, consistent disc brakes with ABS tuned specifically for dual sport riding. That means you get safety when you need it on the road while still having the option to adjust or disable off-road settings depending on your riding conditions. Yamaha understands that adventure riders want control, not interference, so they struck a good balance between safety and freedom. One of the things that stands out the most is how honest this motorcycle feels. We live in a time when bikes are overloaded with electronics, ride modes, traction control, wheelie control, launch control, you name it. But Yamaha chose a simpler path for the XT500. You get essential modern features like ABS, a clean digital display, and efficient fuel injection, but Yamaha didn't bury the motorcycle under a mountain of tech. And that's exactly why this bike matters. It reminds you of what motorcycling is really about. The connection between rider and machine is pure and immediate. No filters, no overthinking, just riding. Fuel economy is another strong point. The new XT500 is engineered with efficiency in mind, making it a great option for adventure travelers or riders who want a reliable daily bike with low running costs. Combined with a tank large enough to give you generous range, this machine encourages you to go farther, explore more, and stop worrying about fuel stations. It's the kind of bike you could take across a continent or simply use every day to commute without ever feeling like it's being overworked. Now let's talk about what this motorcycle represents emotionally. The original XT500 earned a place in motorcycling history because it was a tool for adventure. It won races, conquered deserts, and opened doors for countless riders. It wasn't perfect, and it wasn't fancy, but it was dependable, tough, and ready for absolutely anything. The 2026 model doesn't try to be a museum piece. It doesn't pretend it's still the 1970s. Instead, it's Yamaha saying, adventure isn't outdated. Simplicity isn't outdated. Riding for the joy of riding will never go out of style. For new riders, this bike is approachable. For experienced riders, it's refreshing. For collectors or fans of the original XT500, it's a respectful tribute without being a clone. And for practical riders, it's a dependable machine built to last. Yamaha clearly wants this bike to live on as more than just a special edition. It feels like the beginning of a renewed XT philosophy. One of the most impressive qualities is how versatile the bike is. Need a commuter that can handle potholes and uneven roads? The XT500 does it effortlessly. Want a bike that can take you into the mountains for a weekend adventure? It's ready. Planning a long-distance road trip? The comfortable ergonomics and fuel efficiency make it a solid choice. Looking for something simple enough to work on yourself? Yamaha kept serviceability in mind, giving owners easy access to key components. The bike invites you to get your hands dirty, in a good way. At MVP Auto 8000, you know we love machines that tell a story, and the 2026 XT500 has a story with layers. It's not just a new model, it's a bridge between two eras of motorcycling. It's a reminder that you don't always need 150 horsepower or hyper-advanced electronics to have an amazing ride. Sometimes the best motorcycle is the one that asks you to be part of the experience, to feel the road, react to the terrain, and enjoy the simplicity of two wheels and a strong engine. Listening to the exhaust note alone reminds you why singles still have a place in today's motorcycle world. The thump is warm, steady, and unmistakable. It's not loud or aggressive, it's confident, grounded, and full of personality. It's the sound of adventure. The kind of sound that makes you take the long route home just because the bike feels alive under you. The 2026 Yamaha XT500 isn't for everyone, and that's a good thing. It's not trying to compete with high-performance enduros, nor is it trying to be a full-size adventure touring machine with all the features and gadgets money can buy. Instead, it focuses on being a motorcycle you can trust. A machine that invites you to explore without worrying about complexity or maintenance. A bike that says, let's go somewhere new today. If you're someone who values authenticity, mechanical honesty, and the spirit of true dual sport riding, this bike will speak to you. It's for riders who want to feel connected to the machine, who appreciate the craftsmanship of a well-built single-cylinder, and who understand that adventure isn't something you schedule, it's something you chase. And that brings us to today's closing thought. The XT500 name means something. It carries decades of stories from riders all around the world. Yamaha didn't have to bring it back, but they chose to, and they did it with respect. The 2026 XT500 captures the heart of the original while offering the reliability and refinement of modern engineering. It's a motorcycle built for riders who want more than just transportation. It's built for people who want a companion on their journey. Thanks for watching MVP Auto 8000. If you enjoyed this in-depth look at the 2026 Yamaha XT500, hit the like button, subscribe for more automotive and motorcycle content, and drop a comment telling me what bike you want to see next. Until then, ride safe, chase your adventures, and I'll see you in the next video.